looking at Priyanka Gandhi's tweet also today, and beautifully, especially the second paragraph of her tweet is quite revealing when she says कि प्रधानमंत्री जी की आस्था अगर लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों, बराबरी के संवाद और बुजुर्गों के सम्मान में होती तो इस पत्र का जवाब वो खुद देते. Now, is Prime Minister Narendra Modi day by day, and as the time is passing by, he is exposing himself, not realizing that his own leaders within his own party are trying to dig his grave? Is this becoming not very, very apparent?
I'm not going to use the word that you use because then I'll be accused of saying the number of galis that they say about Mr. Modi. But I do believe that there is an internal palace coup within the BJP as far as the Prime Minister is concerned. It's fairly well documented, and it's out there to see that the RSS and the BJP have quite fallen apart. Not the BJP so much, but Mr. Modi have quite fallen apart. Mr. Gadkari is openly throwing his hat in the ring. So that's for them to decide. And quite frankly, that quarrel is what is going to subsume them eventually. But you spoke about Priyanka ji's letter, and I think she highlights the fact that all of us feel. Who is Mallikarjun Kharge? Mallikarjun Kharge is the 83-year-old president of the Indian National Congress, India's oldest political party, a 139-year-old party that fought for the war of Indian independence, that has made sacrifices for this nation. Mallikarjun Kharge himself has 60 years of electoral experience. You know, itne chunav BJP ne nahi lade jitni baar wo elect hoke MLA, MP, minister, leader of opposition aur kya kya nahi bane. The reality is that Mallikarjun Kharge comes from the absolute bottom of the pyramid, the Dalit community. The reality is that he's the son of a mill worker. In a very young age, he saw his mother and his sister and his entire family being burnt alive in sectoral and, caste violence. That's the man who he is. That's what he brings to the job. And when you disrespect him, you don't disrespect Mallikarjun Kharge. He's way above you. You don't respect the Congress party. You don't disrespect Rahul Gandhi. You disrespect an entire community. Because to me, and that's how I see it, if I were Dalit, I would look at Mallikarjun Kharge and say, that's where I want to be. I don't know what world does BJP live in. And I will say one more thing.
Yes, Supriya.
I will say one more thing.
Yeah,
sorry,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was asking from what you just said that look at Nadda's letter. Now it's like a tit for tat letter. And they say that, Rahul Gandhi is amongst those leaders who's called the entire OBC community by names. Then he starts talking about the abuses hurled at Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He lists them out in the letter, 110 of them, and then he names them one by one. Now, what does it really go to show? I mean, the tone and tenor, of course.
It really goes to show multiple things, Neelu. It goes to show the absolute bankruptcy of thought, expression, morality within the BJP. I mean, if you ask a troll of the BJP who will threaten me after this show with physical violence to write a letter, he's going to write a similar letter, what JP Nadda wrote. Things that are said on social media, things that are said in TV debates is not what can be documented into a letter written by a minister and the president of the BJP. Is that where you want to take the discourse? The reality is that, people of this country are exposing them. They tried to spread this whole rumor about Rahul Gandhi and reservation. Quite frankly, Rahul Gandhi is the one who said he is going to do away with the 50% limit on reservations. He said we must do a caste census. He will make you do a caste census. But the reality is you want to spread rumors against him, and you have Dr. Ambedkar's, the architect of our constitution's great-grandnephew, come out in the open and say that the BJP put a lot of pressure on me to malign Rahul Gandhi, to protest against him, whereas I don't think he said anything wrong. What he said is what a true Ambedkarite feels. And you were attacking Rahul Gandhi on manipulated statements, on statements that have been chipped and chopped by the BJP IT cell. I don't know where they want to take this country, but whichever way they want to take this, we will stall it. We will not let them take it because it's a very dark, it's a very ugly, it's a place full of hatred and a lot of contempt. And I say this because I feel very strongly. I see it around.
But Supriya, are these not very challenging times for your party, for Rahul Gandhi? Because on one hand, we see the rising stature of the leader, and on the other hand, you see a depraved, a gutter politics, which is unfolding day by day, and it can go to any level. So, we don't see any middle path coming, but looking at the threat to life and security, is Congress really not worried in the times to come what might just happen?
I'll be very honest with you. Whatever little I know of my leader and whatever little I know of the Congress party, I can tell you one thing. If anything, this deepens Rahul Gandhi's resolve to fight further for the rights of those who are deprived. It deepens his resolve to fight for the Dalits, for the OBCs, for the ST community, for the minorities who are demonized every single day of the uh, every single day in this country. So, if anything, I know about my leader, he is going to go with more love. He's going to go with more resolution. He's going to be more deeply resolved. If Rahul Gandhi were to take any of these people seriously, he wouldn't be in public life. For a man who I think at the age of 21, saw his father go away in such a brutally vulgar, violent way. And I think it was just 7 years before that, at the age of 14, to see his grandmother being blown to pieces by people who were meant to protect her. He wouldn't have been a part of public life. And I don't just credit him, I credit the entire family, for it's easy for us to, I mean, imagine if this moves me, what must it do to his mother and his sister? I mean, look at Sonia ji. The fact that Indira ji lost her life in her lap, she had her head on Sonia ji's lap. The fact that Sonia ji has spent more time in this country today as a widow of martyred Rajiv Gandhi than his wife, it tells you a lot about their commitment to this country. I've lost a sibling, and I can tell you, it's not easy to hear of these things about your own and your only brother, somebody you've shared your childhood with, somebody who's your closest friend. So I can imagine what this must be doing to people like Priyanka ji. But the fact that they are deeply resolved to fight this fascism is what gives us all hope. And I also believe, Neelu, that this is a country that loves. This is Gandhi's India. This is not Godse's India. You may believe in Godse, you may want to go down that path. We're not going to let that happen. But if you're asking me, is the threat real to his life? Absolutely it is. I have no doubt that, the BJP and its ecosystem and its politics of hate puts anything at bay.
Stay ahead with our cutting edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.